What is up, everybody? Dante Pittman here, and welcome to this special 4th of July episode of the Power Ranger Podcast. I am your host, Dante Pittman, and join me to my right from the Disney brain, JWR.
Howdy, howdy. Happy 4th, everybody. Hope you're enjoying nice weather wherever you're happening to watch this. Hope you went out, grilled, cooked, enjoying time with your family, staying safe.
Yep,
Um, yeah, and just we're as always we're happy to have you join us for another episode of the show.
yep, yes. And also, now we were supposed to have Dragon Rear, but Dragon Rear had a stomach ache, so I hope he feels better. Hope he'll come back, and he won't be available next week or the week after that because of something going on. So we will wish him a speedy recovery and hope all things go well with him. But in the meantime, we have another person to my father right from Massachusetts. It is Adam Goodwin.
aka from House of
Yeah.
Games and Dante's Arcade. He captured me. Please save me.
Yes. Oh, okay. Anyway, we have some topics for you guys. We only have two, of course. All right. Here we go. We're going to talk about Shout Factory releasing Five Man on DVD. And then we'll discuss the Titanium Ranger saga from Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue, of course.
All right. So
So let's stop these.
I suppose I'll well since I suppose I'll start us off and lead us on the topics. So for our first main topic, if you can call it that, Shout Factory recently announced that they are releasing Chikyu Sentai 5-Man on DVD. Now, this is of note. This is Let me see if I can pull this up on my computer. I'm going to hold the thought for 1 second. I'm going to share my screen. All right, here we go. So, at a convention, the name of which is currently escaping me, Shout Factory again announced that they were releasing 5-Man on DVD along with Kamen Rider Kuga. I think it says here that 5-Man will be announced. Okay, Anime Expo. That's the convention. They announced at Anime Expo that 5-Man will be on DVD on September 6th, and Kamen Rider Kuga will be released on September 20th. Now, this is of note because this is the first release of. I want to say this is the first official Sentai DVD release from Shout Factory in 2 years. The last one being Hurricaneger, and this is kind of note for. Well, on top of that, it says that in the deal that in the article it mentions that this deal was established by like Toei and E1, which is Hasbro's entertainment distributor. Now, and I say it's of note because there were rumors and speculation about Hasbro potentially breaking away from Toei, wanting to do their own thing. There were theories about the reason why it took so long to get another Sentai released in Sentai series box set was because Hasbro was gumming up the works, potentially breaking away from Toei, but now nothing is concrete. But the fact that the the two parties collaborated to get this out there should tell us that there was at least a breakthrough in negotiations. And hopefully this will be the first of many more Sentai seasons that will be released on DVD. Now, whether or not they're going to do some of the older pre-Zyuranger seasons, or if they're just going to, or if the next one they're going to announce is Abaranger, that remains to be seen. But yeah, I just thought we'd put that one out there.
I agree. And to be honest, I've never seen Five Man. I've heard of it. I've heard of all the other Sentais. And as I said, I already watched Samurai Sentai Shinken. Ah, crap, I missed
Samurai Sentai Shinkenger.
Yeah, I had it right. And yeah, I haven't really seen much besides that. So
Not even Gokaiger?
Gokaiger, I think I've seen some parts of it. Some
Kyoryuger?
Kyuger. I have not seen it, to be honest.
Any recent Sentai like Kira Major or Dawn Brothers or anything like that?
Mm-mm.
All right. No.
I'll have to see them if I can.
You should. Particularly Kira Major.
Kira.
I was going to ask our other co-host what he thinks about this, but I don't think he's here at the moment.
I think he left.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah, that's cool.
So, I guess we can move on to our main topic and our main topic and do like a retrospective similar to the one we did last week. So if you remember last week we covered the three-part Samurai's Journey from Ninja Storm, and
Yes.
this week we thought we would mark the occasion and celebrate the 4th of July by talking about the debut episodes of Ryan Mitchell, the Titanium Ranger from Lightspeed Rescue, who, as many of you may or may not know, was the first American exclusive Ranger. Now, if I could just share my screen for a quick minute.
I'll add it to the stream once you're done.
Now, for those of you that don't know, Lightspeed Rescue is based on the Super Sentai series QQ Sentai Go 5, and I say American exclusive because the Titanium Ranger did not exist in Go 5. He was made specifically for Lightspeed Rescue, and the showrunners had Toei design the costume. So yeah, there's now of note is that okay, I guess we should start with like a general description and summation of what Lightspeed Rescue is about. So Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue is the 8th season of the show. Takes place in Mariner Bay, a city on the coast beset by attacking demons, and their only defense is Lightspeed Rescue, a government agency that recruits 5, not teenagers, but actually adults. I believe this is the first time that the Rangers were young adults, but five adults who were all first responders. So you have Carter Grayson, the Red Ranger, who is a firefighter, Chad Lee, the Blue Ranger, who I believe is I think he's like a marine. I don't know what he does, but
Right. Like a performer or dolphin trainer, I believe.
Yeah, he is a
Shad is like a dolphin trainer or
yeah,
performer.
he is a dolphin trainer and dolphin trainer, scuba diver, and martial artist.
Yes.
Sorry about that.
It's okay.
Then there's Joel, the Green Ranger, Joel Rawlings, the Sky Cow, the self-proclaimed Sky Cowboy and hotshot pilot. The Yellow Ranger, Kelsey Winslow, who is a rock climber. And then there is Dana Mitchell, the Pink Lightspeed Ranger, who is a nurse, and also happens to be the daughter of the team leader of the mentor character of this season, Captain Mitchell. Sorry about that.
It's good.
So, in the episode from deep in the shadows, we learn about the existence of a device called the Titanium Morpher, which the episode opens with Carter testing out the Titanium Morpher, but due to the power that the Morpher requires, his body basically rejects it, and it. I don't want to say almost kills him, but it's clear that only people with the specific mental fortitude or like strength can wield the Morpher. Later on in the episode, we see somebody breaking into the Rangers headquarters, the Aqua Base, which by the way happens a lot this season. Yeah, like it's almost comical how easy it is to break into the so-called top secret government base. But in any case, somebody steals the Titanium Morpher, and then the next morning, the Rangers are deployed to stop the demons from destroying Mariner Bay, when suddenly they are attacked by the Titanium Ranger, who easily dispatches the Rangers.
Okay.
So, okay. I forgot something that happens earlier. So the episode before the break-in, there is a scene in which Dana and Captain Mitchell are celebrating the 20th anniversary of their supposedly deceased son / brother Ryan, who allegedly passed away in a car accident that they were involved in several years ago. More on that later. So the Titanium strikes again later on in the episode. The Rangers go to stop him and are this time equipped with their V-Lancers, which helps them even out the playing field against this new mysterious Ranger. But before they can finish the job, his visor comes down and Captain Mitchell suddenly gets nervous. Before the Rangers can finish the job, he immediately orders them to halt fire and return to base. When they return, Captain Mitchell reveals that the Titanium Ranger is actually Ryan, his long-lost son, who is actually alive. In the next episode, Truth Discovered, we elaborate more on that backstory, and we find out that Ryan was actually not killed in the car accident that the Mitchells were involved in. See, moments before their son Ryan plummeted to his death, Captain Mitchell made a deal with the series villain, the villain of the season, Diabolico, to save the boy's life. he agreed, but unsurprisingly, making deals with demons turns out to be a bad idea, and Diabolico takes Ryan for his own, telling Captain Mitchell that he won't see him again until his 20th birthday. Most of the team is understandably shocked by this revelation and confused about why their captain didn't tell them this, except for Dana, who knew about what happened but did not know the full details. She is especially upset over the fact that her father lied to her, or at least omitted details about her brother's fate. So later on, she morphs, goes into battle when Ryan starts wreaking havoc on Mariner Bay, and attempts to break through to Ryan on her own. And she actually comes pretty close to making a breakthrough until the other Rangers come in and he runs away. So while the Lightspeed Rangers are fighting the villain of the episode, Ryan runs off to the cliff and the site where the incident occurred almost several years ago. He meets up with Captain Mitchell, who also attempts to break through to him, and both of them fall off the same cliff in a position that is eerily similar to the one that they were in all those years ago. Only this time, Captain Mitchell willingly lets go of the branch they're holding on to, saving Ryan. We're only 12 episodes in and they can't kill the mentor off, so Ryan leaps off the branch to save him. So it seems that all is well, right? Well, not quite. See, after he saves Captain Mitchell, he is still admittedly kind of confused and hurt over the fact that his father basically allowed a demon to hold him hostage for most of his life, and he runs off before he can finish reconciling with Captain Mitchell and when the other Rangers arrive at the scene. The episode ends with okay, so from there it looks like he's going back to Diabolico, who's been manipulating him and leading him to think that Captain Mitchell deliberately abandoned him, never loved him. So it seems like he is fully siding with Diabolico, but as it turns out, that's not the case, and he pretty much tells Diabolico to also get stuffed. So, next episode, Ryan's Destiny. Diabolico summons three super demons to start terrorizing the city with feathers that are harmless during the daytime, but by night turn into deadly explosives. Yes, really, exploding feathers. That's just roll with it. It's the kind of logic that this show operates on. Meanwhile, while the Rangers try to take care of this ongoing crisis, Ryan is contemplating leaving Mariner Bay and taking the bus to the next available city, and he almost goes through with it until he hears the news about what's going on in the city. Then opens his backpack to see that Captain Mitchell gave him the titanium morpher, and then as per usual, he shows up at the last minute to save the Rangers and officially joins the team. But all is not well, as the episode ends with Diabolico placing a curse on Ryan. In the form of a snake tattoo. The way it works, as Diabolico explains, every time Ryan morphs, the cobra will move closer and will inch further and further up Ryan's back until it reaches his neck, strangles him, and either strangles him or kills him by poisoning Ryan with its venom. And as the episode ends, so from there, the story, his subplot revolves around him trying to keep the secret, like the secret of the curse, or he tries to keep the secret of curse from the other Rangers, and that's mostly the broad strokes of what happens. Sorry if this one feels a little bit lacking in comparison to the ones in comparison to the one we did for the Samurai's Journey. It's just that things happen, and our co-host was not able to make it. So apologies if that felt a little rushed or dry. It happens.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we could. What are your general thoughts on this on these 3 episodes?
On this 3 episodes of the Titanium Ranger saga. Oh man, it's gotta be sad for Ryan.
Yes.
He had to go through that. I mean, it really gets you in the feels. The way they portrayed it was well done. And as you said, JWR, he is the first American exclusive Ranger to this season. And the fact that I was kind of upset when Ryan left a little bit, and then come back till the finale, which,
to be fair, most of that had to do with the fact that because he was an American exclusive character, they didn't have Sentai footage to go off. They had, for all the scenes involving the Titanium Ranger were original footage, and like this show usually likes to rely on Sentai footage to save money, but I think it's mostly a money issue because it's a character without any pre-existing Sentai footage. They have to put forth the money on filming all of his scenes, all that footage, all the stunt work, which means more money. And like, I think it was a cost-cutting thing. And while it does mean that we see less of him in the suit than like the other Rangers, I don't think it's a major detriment to the season, given what they had to work with, and given what they pulled off.
Yeah. So anyway, I was kind of upset that I had to leave. And as you said, there was some money issues, of course, as he was the first American exclusive Ranger. And it said he didn't show up until the finale. But hey, the ending was pretty good too.
The ending of Ryan's Destiny.
Well, that and the ending of the season.
Well, yeah. We're mostly talking about these 3 episodes.
Yes, Ryan's death, and it felt good, and it's a feel good moment for Ryan at the end of that episode.
Well, kind of.
Yeah,
minus the whole Cobra tattoo thing.
Yep. And I love the light speed sword, to be honest.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, and as we said last time, Diabolical is the main villain for the series, for the season.
Mostly. Yeah, no, he's the main villain.
And yes, Queen Banshiro was the main endgame villain.
Did you have any further thoughts to add?
I think I can have one more. So I have one more, then we'll end it here. And oh wow. And the fact that Dana tried to stop Ryan from destroying everybody else makes this heartbreaking. Because nobody wants to see an evil Ranger destroy a city in general, especially if it's your own sibling or your own family member or anybody else like that you know personally. But Ryan and Dana were so close together that and it's left Ryan with so much memories of that night on the cliff, and it really break. Imagine if he destroyed Dana. Imagine that. Imagine if he destroyed Dana.
Hmm.
I
Like,
mean,
you mean like if they pulled the power of Pink and killed her character off?
yes. Mhm. Imagine he take Dana off. Imagine that.
Interesting thought, but
Yeah.
this show would have, but they would have needed to have a replacement in mind, and I
Yeah. But what could have been? But it would have been interesting to see. So yeah, and it will kind of leave Ryan all well, not all alone, not all alone because he's got Captain Mitchell. Mhm. But other than that, yeah. Well,
this one's gonna be a bit of a short one. Sorry.
yeah, I'm afraid. Now our original co-host couldn't be here. So yeah, that's gonna be it here, ladies and gentlemen.
I I'd say tune in next week, but I'm not really sure there's a whole lot. Depending on how these next weeks, depending on how our schedules and agenda shape up, we might be in for another brief. We might be in for another. We might have to put this show on hiatus again.
I mean, yeah,
Maybe.
I know y'all sick of it. We
I
know.
know.
But
Shit
personal
happens.
things have to come involved in it.
Yeah, shit happens. So, but okay, so sorry, so apologies for the delays, but I think, but I think the week we come back should be in time for our next, hopefully more in depth retrospective when we cover reinforcements from the future.
Oh, that's gonna be a good one. That's gonna be a good one anyway.
Yes.
Anyway, but anyway, thank y'all for watching. This is Dot. If you like this episode, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel and get notified every time I upload a new video or when I go live. And also, yes, next week we are going to cover reinforcements from the future.
No, next time, not next week.
Well, yeah. Well, hopefully, if we decide to come back, we will talk about reinforcements from the future. So, but don't worry, guys. Don't worry, guys. We'll come back stronger than ever, like we've always had. Yeah, of course. So, till we see y'all again, hopefully soon. May the power protect you always.
Always.
All right. Good night. Goodbye.
Good night.